Hi.
I'm Tanya.
I'm Emily.
Isabel, introduce yourself.
Isabel.
Don't be rude.
What? Trip.
Is it Nayeli?
Yeah.
Right there.
What's the second name? Milim.
Nayeli Malemi. Nayeli Malene.
Wait, is that how you pronounce
I
it?
don't know, but I like it. Nayeli Malene.
Millennium.
Oh, Malemi.
Milemi.
You fancy. You fancy.
Oh, like it feels so cool to have somebody pronounce my full name because that never happens.
Oh,
That's a cool
there's a
name.
first time for everything.
Yeah.
Everybody knows each other. We also have Scarlett on here and Emily.
Hi, Scarlett.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, hi, Emily.
What's
Oh, she said, holla. She said.
Scarlett's the one that said he takes a lot of photos of.
Oh, yeah. I like it. She's like, that's me. Yeah. I'm her. I am she.
All right, well, I'm going to mute myself real quick so we can get started and we'll go around. Okay, so here's the whole idea. All we're going to do is I'll start us off and then we'll take turns to say one thing that you're doing for self-love or self-care right now. Could be something really easy or simple. And then that's it. Just share your tip with the group. And
But
if you guys want to write in your Instagram names in the chat so that other people want to follow you if they don't already. Yeah, that's it. All right, cool. Let me figure out how to mute everybody. Participants, here we go. Okay, you guys can still hear me, right? All right, so again, this is the high tea is what we're calling it, and the self-care tip I would say, or my favorite activity right now is, I think it's yoga right now. I had never done yoga consistently, like every day or even 5 times out of the week before this, and thanks to the yoga group that I've been joining most days, I feel like I'm pretty consistent in that. So just making a little bit of time for myself and like scheduling that. Like I have a little alarm that goes off in the morning, like get ready for yoga. And I just do it. So it doesn't have to be yoga, it could be anything, but that's what I've been doing. So yeah. Whoever wants to go next, just unmute yourself.
One thing I enjoy doing is when I'm taking a shower, there's this meditation where you basically visualize all of your anxieties, all of your fears and worries washing off you with the water, and it's really beautiful, and it makes me feel more calm and grounded, and just helps to take away some of those emotions. Yeah.
whoa, that's super cool. I've never heard of that. That's a really neat idea.
Thanks.
And
Yeah, I read it somewhere on like Pinterest or something, and I just did it, and I was like, yeah, that's cool.
whoa, that's awesome.
Super cool. I like that. Who wants to go next? Bella?
I've been hella like my form of self-care. I've been trying to push myself to like finally create and like put into my like physical what I've been trying to like manifest. Does that make sense? And finally like just having like getting up every day, like working towards that, and finally like just being like, dude, just fucking do it. Like what's stopping you? And it feels good right now to me.
Can you give us an example of something you've like maybe one thing you've done one of these days?
So my let's see, my self-care was going to Home Depot yesterday to like buy the materials that I needed to create the things that are in my brain, and just like splurging on myself to dude, now I know this because we're only going to live as much as like our present, you know. It's taken a lot for me to like finally get rid of that anxiety that I have of the unknown. So it feels good to not be in fear anymore.
That's amazing. I think so many people relate to that. And just so everyone knows, Nayeli's been gardening, planting a million things. She's got bees now. She's got chickens. She's doing the damn thing, and in so many ways.
Thank you. I definitely want to like eventually be able to like help people to create that for themselves too. My kids.
Hi, Mom. I have to take.
You got your hands full, Haley. I don't know how you handle so many projects, honestly. I'm like,
I don't know either. It's just like that. I guess like I just want to experience it before like I leave. This is these are like the things. So you kind of see them. They're right there.
oh, I see. I've
And
seen
they
your
just like fly in and
you look like they
out. What's that?
I've seen your pictures, so I feel like I know what your bee boxes look like now. Like, oh yeah, they're right there.
They vibrate at a very healing frequency. It's very weird having them next to my room and like feeling them. I feel like they're healing my soul. I feel like some hippie dippy bullshit, but it feels crazy. Thank you guys for letting me like express.
That's beautiful. Hey, you remember me? Hi. Say hi. Hi, good to see you.
Oh.
Hi.
I'm Osiris.
He's Osiris.
Hi, Osiris.
Hi.
How old are you?
Scarlett.
Yeah, hi. You remember?
How old are you?
1.
You're 1. Wow.
1 years old, huh?
Wow, you're big for a 1-year-old. You're gonna be tall.
Yeah, number 1.
Because when you ask him how old he is, he thinks like, I don't know, like levels or something.
Level 1. Is your brother level 2?
But he's 3.5.
You drop it.
The whole topic of the conversation, I've never honestly been one to self-care. There's a lot of layers to me and a lot to me, but I think lately I've been trying to look at self-care at a new perspective, in the sense of that when you self-care yourself, me, usually what I would do instead is isolate myself from people or to take care of myself. And I'm just trying to find new ways of doing it where I can still take care of myself, but it also involves everyone that's connected to me. And I don't want to just care about myself, but also self-care for the people that I love, which I wasn't able to do for a long time. So I think that within the self-care circle, it can also involve the people you love and having them also care for you, and you allowing yourself to care for them too, because self-care is very important, but I feel that the people in your life are also really important to establish the next dimension of who you are. So that's how I've been doing self-care, is just taking it a step at a time, because I've never been really good at caring for myself. So, and I'm still a little young. I'm only 22, so I still have a lot to learn.
You're a baby.
I'm a little
You're
baby.
a little baby.
But let me tell you, my life was not one of a baby. It's only the age that defined the babyness.
I love it.
But yeah, I just feel like self-care definitely consists of other people being involved in all those wonderful projects that you have and everything. I just feel like it wouldn't mean anything if it wasn't brought with the people that came with you on the journey. So for me, that's everything. Like, I'm all about no soldier left behind, and it's just like everybody has to come. So I'm trying to get to the point where I'm taking more care of myself, but I've definitely, yeah.
Okay.
I think we all are there.
Can I
I
go?
know.
Go, Emily, go.
Okay, it's like a story. So like, buckle up. So like when this whole thing like started, I'm a writer, like barista by day, writer by night, and I thought I was gonna like get my work done, like get my shit done, but it's kind of evolved like so much more than that. With this yoga thing, me and Sarai, we did like this week-long chakra unlocking, balancing, whatever you want to call it. And within that whole week, like my whole world like changed. And I like busted out my crystals, like put up my picture to sorry, I can't talk. Put up my picture of Athena up, like the goddess of wisdom and stuff, and I totally just leaned into it. And I have found like incredible healing, like sorry, my cat. I found incredible healing and like kind of just like validation in the way it's like, oh, I'm not actually going crazy. Like when I meditate and stuff, I get these really vivid images, and like it's nice to know that like I'm not the only one that feels like that, and like that I'm not going crazy. Like, you know, this is just something. It wasn't like, I don't know if I'm making sense.
You are.
But,
No, it's not. It's only temporarily.
yeah, so like but yeah, I actually like told my parents yesterday, like a couple days ago actually, that I was like, yeah, I'm not like, and they're very Catholic, like very like devout, like I went to church and all that stuff, and I finally told them yesterday, like, hey, like I don't know if I believe this, and I think I might be doing the opposite, like the opposite of that. And like it was tense for a while, but it was like when I hung up the phone, I was like, fuck it. Like if they can't accept it, then like fuck it. Like this is helping me so much, and if they can't see it, fuck it. Like, you know, but then we eventually like patched shit up, and like I'm pretty sure my dad thinks I'm psycho, but he's not damning me to hell, and that's all I care about. So like that's been my journey of self-love so far. Just kind of, and like what you were saying about taking care of the people around you, like my boyfriend, like as soon as I was like, can I explore this, he was like, yeah, like absolutely, like no problem. Like do you, boo boo. And yeah, so like just having the overwhelming amount of support as I like progress on this journey is pretty dope. So
That's an amazing story. And we're all here to support you. And it's amazing to see someone be their authentic self and be true to themselves. And a lot of people have struggles with what to do with family member situations along the path of that. And I'm so happy that you've found like a peaceful way to be yourself. And also, you know, it's amazing that your parents are sort of coming around to it, even if they're not kind of, you know, it's a little of both, but it's great that they're, you know, understanding you and you're being who you are. And we're all here for you. And
thank you.
that story, like so many people relate to that. And I know that'll help other people maybe decide to share more of themselves with their family. And
yeah, and it was weird because I felt like hokey about it, like, you know, because like I feel like people who have crystals are like portrayed, like stereotyped in a certain way, you know, and like, you know, and I thought, I'm like, oh, am I becoming one of these people? But then I had really intense experiences that I like couldn't like just ignore anymore. Like, you know, just like really intense all at once. And I was like, okay, this is beyond like just meditating to relax, or just beyond meditating to fall asleep at night, you know. This is like putting my demons to the surface, and it's like to the forefront, and I have to deal with them. How am I going to deal with them? And cleansing baths seem to help, and if it helps, then it helps, you know. Like, so it's like I feel like this has just been self-love in like different ways. Like, everybody has their own definition of self-love and self-care, so, and that's mine. So,
And whatever works, and it
yeah.
sounds like you've got an innate psychic ability that you're tapping into, and that's a freaking gift. And we're here for those conversations as well.
Yeah.
That's so beautiful, girl. I'm so happy you're like feeling comfortable in that and exploring that, because I feel like, you know, I don't think like finding why it's gonna drive you insane, but like embracing it really helps.
Yeah, no, for sure. Just like, yeah, because it was just like, okay, why is this happening? More like, okay, it's happening, and I'm getting it's like the same,
That's
like
beautiful.
directly, instead of like kind of just like figuring it out. Like, so.
I'm sorry.
No,
I'm so
he's adorable. I love it. It's
supportive. I'm so happy that's like very important. And like you were saying, Isabel, too, is like does it matter if like you're alone? I don't know. That's my opinion. I want to take care of my family. Like, that's my innate response to, and the people around me, my homies, the homies that have stuck around, you know.
Yeah. And I feel like it's hard to take care of your family when you're not taking care of yourself. So,
Hell yeah. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. I think fuck everyone sometimes and focus on yourself.
Yes.
You need to do that sometime.
Some laughing yoga. We need some.
Yeah,
Mhm.
seriously.
Oh, my tia,
That's a good idea.
my tia Pati does
Oh
that.
my God, you guys just gave me a great idea. Thank you. Laughing yoga. That's what I need to do. Okay.
We have a family member that teaches laughing yoga sessions, actually, and so
Oh,
I need
yeah,
to
that'd
know
be
how to
fun.
do it so that I can.
That
I've-
sounds so much fun.
That is tea.
Emily, on your story, I just wanted to say, I totally feel that, and I also kind of had that situation where like I rebelled, and it wasn't even me I rebelled, or I didn't come out and say like, you know, I'm doing this stuff. I kind of just do it.
Yeah.
There was a point in my life where I was kind of like, I'm not going to church anymore, guys. Like, I'm out. Like, I started the catechism classes and stuff, and like halfway through, I'm like, I'm out. Like, I'm not gonna finish. I was like 12 or 10 or 11, I don't know. So I remember even then, it was like pretty daunting, because like I lived in Mexico. Everybody does it, you know. Like,
Right. Yeah.
so it's definitely something that's never easy to talk to your parents about, because they are so usually like steadfast in their belief, and they think
Yeah,
that it means
for
it's your
sure.
salvation. So you're like, hey, I'm not gonna do what you are suggesting,
Yeah,
you know.
I'm lucky in the fact like my mom is probably a closeted witch. Like, no lie. Like, if she really tapped into it, I think she could be like hella like Raven Baxter level, you know, like but, so I'm lucky in the fact that like she was more accepting of it, like, oh, okay, like this is valid, like, you know, you're not losing your mind. My dad on the other hand was like, you're wasting your time, and I'm like, well, like what would you rather have me do? Like sit on the couch all day smoking weed, or questioning questioning the universe and you know, religion as a whole? Like, what would you rather have? Like, what? Like,
I wouldn't have you choose. I would. If I was, you both, girl. Those sound
The
good.
world is yours.
yeah. So, but like ever since then, like I've felt like a lot. if that makes sense. So like if you're looking to like align your chakras and have a magical moment, check out the Journey Junkie on YouTube. It's amazing.
Yeah, we gotta share it. I gotta share that with other
Yeah,
people.
you should, dude. Like I've like my friend's going through it right now too, and like because she's living with her husband and her family all in quarantine. Like there's like 6 people at their house right now, and it's like tight. And I was like, maybe we should do this. Like maybe this will help you. And she was like, oh yeah, let's fucking go. So it works. So 10 out of 10 recommend.
I'll share that with you guys.
Yeah, thanks for letting me laugh.
Can do it.
That was really
I have to step out, but it's been a pleasure, ladies. I
Yeah.
hope to see you soon. And yeah, I'm gonna get into that laughing yoga. I just got an idea
That's a
from
good
this, so
idea.
I'm gonna go do that, and I'll come back when I have that. But I wish you guys well, and peace and happiness, and all the green stuff and rainbow stuff in the world. It was a pleasure.
I
My
love
name is Tanya. I think
Yeah,
I
nice
remember.
meeting
I
you.
remember Scarlett. I've met Scarlett. I haven't met any of the other ones, but
Oh,
I
that's
like
right.
Scarlett. I'm sure I love them all. Man, I'm sure I love them all. All right. I hope you're well, Scarlett. You look beautiful as always. I remember her. She was really nice. All right. I gotta go. Love you. I'll be back,
Okay,
okay?
nice to meet you.
what's happening.
Love you guys. I'll be back.
Yeah, I forgot that I held this little event, Emily, and I think Nayeli knows about it already, but it was just this like afternoon where I had a bunch of ladies come over and sesh and shoot. So we did photos and smoked and hung out.
That's
So,
fun.
yeah, my sister got to meet Scarlett that day, but it happened right before quarantine started, so we haven't been able to do another one, which is so sad.
It's that's what sucks because like the other ladies, like Harley and Keisha, literally live 15 minutes down the road from me, and it's like,
It sucks, but at least we've got technology, even though
I
it's
know, yeah,
mechanical, it's not, and it is wearing on all of us. And like you were saying, your friends going through it. I think we're all going through it on different
level,
levels.
yeah.
Everything's fucked right now.
Yeah.
Venus retrograde. I'm sorry.
You're
That's
right.
what- Venus retrograde. What is it? Uranus retrograde. I think Mercury is about to go into
Can
retrograde.
you help me?
We're like 5
Yes,
planets that
I
we're
can
going into retrograde within this week or these past 2 weeks. Like in this time we're in right now, I'm sure there's at least one. So I mean, that's even besides the point. Just what's happening here on Earth is insane. Like
All of it,
insane.
all
On top of it, if not affected by
Exactly, for sure. I mean,
it,
it's
right?
just so wild.
The ornaments
man.
want to go right.
Hey, Bella,
Stars.
I don't know if Bella can hear me or not, but Bella, if you can hear me, did you want to go share your thing? Looks like she just got in a hand.
Sorry, I was migrating from my location.
I see. I was just saying if you wanted to share.
Yeah, I can share. For me, something I started I guess it was like probably around September, was I committed myself once a week to go to any beach, a different beach every week, to watch the sunset. So it's kind of like my therapy of the week. And it's like something I'm always looking forward to, just like putting my toes in the sand, getting my feet wet, watching the sun go down. And that was really helpful. I love the beach. And anyway, it was nice because it was even like an adventure. Like sometimes I would take other people with me and we'd like go climbing on the rocks and discover new little hidden beaches. I don't know, it's just fun also just like trying to find new places to go and just kind of getting lost sometimes. So that's been really cool. And then another thing that I really like to do is also like Nayeli was sharing, like plants. I have a lot of little succulent babies back at my house, and then my mom has like a huge collection here, and so just like pruning them and repotting them and putting my hands in the soil. I'm not the kind to wear gloves even if I get poked by the cactuses, because I love getting my hands dirty, and I don't know, it's even therapeutic for me. I don't know, like putting my hands in there and then cleaning them up afterwards and bringing them back to clean and normal. Anyway, yeah, I think those two for me are like my go-to. I haven't really explored any other things. I guess when I'm motivated, I paint, but I haven't really been very motivated lately. But yeah, I don't know, nature, hiking, anything outside, even just putting my feet on the grass sometimes without my shoes on. I don't know. I love it. I love nature.
My friend mentioned that grass thing yesterday. I think that's a really good one. And it's a grounding, exercise.
Yeah, someone did mention that yesterday, that the walks and on the grass, and there's like real science to that.
Hmm.
It's something to do with your nervous system. I think it like somehow gets calmed down, maybe because you can like feel the earth directly. I don't know, but everybody swears by it. So if you have grass nearby, I would go. Um, I'm probably gonna actually do that here because my mom has grass and I don't have grass where we live over at Brett's house. It's all like dirt outside, like just dirt, just dirt. So I'm gonna take advantage of my mom's grass here today, I think.
Nice. Yeah, yesterday I was at my boyfriend's brother's house. They're like the only people we really see, and it's nice because they've got a little more space. I'm in an apartment here, and I was just like sitting on a chair with like the wind blowing really strongly, like listening to it in the grass. There's like a big canyon right there. So just like listening to the wind and closing my eyes, and I wish I could see some outlandish stuff when I meditate. I'm working on it, but um it was beautiful. There was an eagle flying around. Like it just felt like a very special moment and sort of sign, and being alive's crazy, man. Gotta appreciate it.
Yeah, I feel that for sure. Every time I go to a different location, I'm like, wow, it's so pretty here. Like, wow, like just I don't know. It is a wild experience we're on, but um yeah, just keep reminding yourself how lucky we are just to still be here throughout all this.
Like a lot. And also I think like we're more and more like facing our own lessons that we need to learn, whether it be that we have to go with the flow and slow things down for a bit, or whatever that we, you know, have to learn in order to do what our purpose sort of is for like this life. And I think everyone's sort of awakening to what it is they want. Um, and I think that's really beautiful and special. And like maybe we're realizing that there's more to this existence than our physical body. And maybe this is a matrix of sorts where we're put here to learn and love and whatever it is that we're here to do. Um, yeah.
I think that is what we're here for. Just to live and learn and love. Live, learn, and love.
Have you seen that TikTok where it's like, live, laugh, love? You live, laugh, love? Like, no? Okay. I'm just
I
kidding.
feel like it rings a bell, you know?
It's like, yeah, it's just like white people. Live, laugh, love. You live, laugh.
When I said that, it sounded kind of like that. I was like, but it's not the same. It's live. What is it? Live, learn, and love.
One for the way.
Let's see if I can find it.
Is it the one where they're going through the house and there's live, laugh, love everywhere?
Yeah.
That's good.
I like my cream.
Yeah, I'm not, yeah. That's what I'm not gonna like go through TikTok and try to find it, but yeah.
No man's land.
That's what it is.
TikTok is a form of self-love too.
I love TikTok. Like, I'll admit it.
Going into it for a few minutes, like, is kind of nice.
I will never post one, but I enjoy watching other people do TikTok.
Oh my gosh, you guys, you know Lindsay, Emily. I don't know about Scarlett. I think you've talked to Lindsay before on the Zoom, Scarlett. my
Is she
friend.
the yoga lady who's beautiful?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, she's so beautiful. Well, she started doing TikToks, and I think they're like the most hilarious thing in the world. So if you, so if you follow her on Instagram, she posted a few of them on her Instagram, and they're just like 15-second ones, like some voiceovers, and I was just like, I think it's the most hilarious thing because because I know her, so I just
Nice.
yeah.
I want to watch. I love funny TikToks. The only ones that I actually make are like doing a craft of some kind. Like I've not made a dance TikTok of any kind yet. I'm scared to dive into that. Heyo.
You know, the thing. I did one with my little friend, my friend's daughter. She wanted to do a dance, and I was like, all right, fine, let's do it. So that's the only one I've done. But you know, it's kind of tempting to do sometimes. Like, oh, that's kind of funny. Like, but obviously, you know, it's a lot of effort to do those dances because you have to learn the choreography.
I'm horrible at choreography. You've seen me in Zumba. It takes a while.
It's all
get
good.
there.
Oh, one more thing. I guess we'll end on this that I just discovered. Wii Fit, or not Wii Fit, but the Nintendo Wii. There's a Zumba game for it, and so you literally can take a Zumba class on the Nintendo Wii, and it just like tells you all the moves, and you can ask like for a short class, a long class, like intensity. I know. So I've been doing that, and it's super fun. Like it gets you sweating.
I need to do that. I don't have a Wii though, but I'll figure it out. Maybe they have an app.
They're probably online somewhere, and either way, I think the Wii must be really cheap right now because I have a Wii from like years ago. Like those are old.
They probably exist on eBay for like less than I would think.
Yeah, they weren't. Yeah, I don't think they're that expensive. But anyway, so yeah, thanks you guys for joining.
Yeah, thanks for inviting me.
That was sweet, and I'll definitely try to put all our suggestions in a list or something so I can share them too.
Good call. Nice meeting you, Emily.
Yeah, nice meeting you too.
Have a great rest of your
If
day.
anything else, you're welcome to. I'm gonna have to hop on, but just you know.
It's all good. It's all gravy.
All right. Well, good talking to you, ladies. And tomorrow, I think we're just gonna do a regular, good old sesh. If anyone wants to join.
Awesome. Love it.
Sounds good. Bye.
All right. Bye.
Bye, y'all.
Good.